Crane.
Present.
Present.
Who is this upstart freshman congressman out there stepping on toes already? Joining me now, my friend Eli Crane, former Navy SEAL, congressman from Arizona, one of the few I actually like. What's wrong with you, Eli? Don't you know leadership's going to be mad about stuff like that?
Well, Jesse, happy to be here. Happy to be representing the people of Arizona's 2nd Congressional District. This whole thing has just been about keeping the promises that I made to folks in the district, being their voice up here in this room. And as you know, sometimes when you actually represent the people that sent you here, it's not always popular in this town.
What has the response been from your district? Because I have heard from virtually every DC GOP type, almost all the talking heads too, on radio, TV, everyone, that you guys are a bunch of treasonous terrorist traitors out there. But I'm very curious what the people actually think.
Well, it's interesting that you asked that, Jesse, because not too many people seem to care what the people think. The people, the overwhelming response that we're getting from the district and for the people is, hey, thank you so much for actually sticking up for us and not just, going along to get along. And so, that means a lot to us. It means a lot to all 20 of us who, really tried hard to affect change up here. And so thank you to everybody out there who has, been encouraging, and it does mean a lot to us.
I'm glad there were 20 Republicans that stood for something and were willing to have a fight. I don't know why our side is so uncomfortable, though, with fighting. Explain that to me, Eli. Obviously, you're somebody who would be quite comfortable with fighting, but the second there's an argument, the whole time I was simply saying, what's the big deal? They're having an argument for a few days. The second voices get raised or someone gets their feelings hurt, immediately the mentality on the right is that this is the end of the world. We got to make the noise stop. How did we become so soft?
Well, I don't know if it's cultural or what it is, Jesse, but I did tell the folks back home that I would be somebody that came up here and fought for them. And I wasn't coming up here to go along, to get along. And so, you're right, though. I think that I was really disappointed in the way I saw many conservatives cover, this whole thing and, just trying to demonize us and villainize us for actually doing what many Americans want to see. And that is representatives actually stick up for them. Jesse, it's crazy to me how many, folks that run for office go home and they tell their constituents, oh, I'm going to come up here and fight for you and, do this and do that, and then they get up here and they cave to the pressure. And before you know it, after a couple of years, without even knowing it, they become a part of the establishment. And it's sad to see, but I did experience last week, the tremendous amount of pressure that gets thrown at you when, you actually, represent something more than your own self-interest. And it's pretty impressive, but I'm glad and I'm honored to be a part of a small group that actually was willing to, get in a little bit of a fight. And I think we got some good concessions, for the American people. And even more importantly, Jesse, I think I think this Republican Party now knows that there will be, folks in this Congress that are actually willing, to make things uncomfortable if need be, to get what we need to get done to start turning this thing around.
Support the First TV today and get instant access to exclusive specials like Who is Ron DeSantis, the history of FBI scandals, and America's worst presidents. Visit thefirsttv.com/support or download the First TV app to become a supporter and start watching today.